Alex. Good to
Hey,
see
Brian.
you. How
Good
are
to see you too.
So tell us who you are, what you do, and
Yeah, I'm Alex Beam. So I'm a co-owner with my wife for Guardians of the Green
good man.
Incorporated Landscaping. Thank you. She's actually I have a lot of people ask us about why we're a veteran-owned family business, and my wife is the veteran. She was in the U.S. Navy.
I did not know that. Very cool.
Yes, yes. And so I have a team. We specialize in full service lawn care. So we help with trimming hedges, fertilizing lawns, mowing. We also do a little bit of enhancement work where we plant bushes for people, plant plants for people. We do some irrigation work,
Okay.
irrigation repair. We use the 521 storage unit as our main place of business. I work out of my house, so
Okay.
most of my office work I do out of my own house.
And you're right here in Bel Air.
And we're right here in the Bel Air neighborhood, just off Jim Wilson 521, and we mainly serve the local area, so I don't tend to accept customers that are further than a 20-minute drive, so we go anywhere from Ballantyne down to Lancaster, over into Waxhaw, and then over into the Fort Mill proper
Imagine
area.
it makes it easier to serve people in a timely fashion.
And it also makes it a little bit cheaper for our customers, where we're not having to drive and charge them
Gas
for
is not cheap.
for the gas or the time to
Yeah.
make it to them. Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, tell us more about, like, if somebody were getting full service with you, like, what would you be doing for them on, like, a weekly or monthly basis, maybe?
So we offer a lot of different options, flexibility to our customers. Some people prefer us to come every week, and no matter whether or not their lawn needs
Like
mowing, no matter whether or not their lawn needs mowing, they want us to do something at their house.
Yeah.
So they'll pay us in the wintertime. We may come in and just weed and blow
Right.
off, take care of leaves for them. We have other customers that are more budget conscious, and so they want us to come every 2 weeks or every 3 weeks. And for those customers, we try to accommodate them as much as possible. We're normally always doing some sort of weed control for their lawn. We offer a weed control service for the beds. We offer weeding in the beds if people want us to do that. We're flexible, so there's normally not a one size fits all for everyone. Some people, obviously have busy lives, children.
Yeah.
They really don't have a lot of time to spend outside, so doing their own maintenance. So they ask us to do practically everything that we possibly can for them.
And that's what it is for me, right? So I've got little kids, I've got a business. I used to spend hours out in the yard, and I enjoyed it to an extent, but when you couple time with trying to spend time with the family, like, sometimes your time is worth money, right? So
You're right.
I'd rather pay somebody like you that, like, that's your business, and you do it very well. I mean, I think I've utilized all of the services that you mentioned. I mean, trimming bushes, leaf removal, mulch. I mean, gosh, you've done it all here. And and what I like most about you is, like, it's not, well, you need mulch, it's going to be $500. It's like, well, how many hours is it going to take me? How much mulch do you need?
Right.
You always price it out based on the actual need versus, like, a flat rate or something like that.
Right, and we normally try to measure out, and in some cases I've had homeowners where they want to work beside us, A, because they want to see what we're doing, and B, because they actually really
That's extra,
enjoy
right, if they're supervising?
and maybe it should be, but no, they really enjoy being outside, and we've actually helped a homeowner put in a French drain, and he helped us lay sod, helped us lay the rock, and he mentioned that he had back issues. He lives in the Bel Air neighborhood, and he actually felt better after working with us, and I don't know, maybe it has something to do with just being outside, working with your hands, helping you out a little bit more. So we've done stuff like that, or we've done things where we've just gone and gotten materials for customers. Instead of us installing it, they don't have a big truck, they don't have a big trailer.
You drop it off.
But they want us to drop it off, and then they'll take care of the rest. So we've done that for a few people. And then we offer different advice services for people. Some people, I can think of Brent Bitter around the corner. He had some weed issues in his yard. He didn't really necessarily want to buy the weed killer himself, but wanted to apply it or learn how to apply it better. And so we've done little consultations with people. And we try to tailor our services to whatever budget the customer has.
Something that really stuck out to me when you started servicing my lawn is that you took a soil sample. I don't know of any other landscaper I've ever used before that does that. And why is that important, and what is that?
That's a good question. Yeah. So every lawn, even if it's in the same neighborhood, we've had issues in the Bel Air neighborhood where we have one lawn right adjacent to another where the pH is very low in
Yeah.
the soil.
And that means it's acidic, right, I think?
That's correct. The lower the pH, that's great, Brian. The lower the
Good
pH,
science.
the lower the pH, it's more acidic. And then the higher the pH, the more alkaline or basic it is. And so grass really likes being around a 6.3 pH. And we'll come in and we'll test customers' soil, and they might be more acidic than vinegar. And they're asking, why is my lawn patchy?
Dying? Yeah.
Why is it dying? Why does it always look really thin? And no matter how much fertilizer they put down, the fertilizer can never actually make it out of the dirt, out of the soil, into the grass, because the low pH keeps it trapped. And so one of the first things that we want to do is establish what pH the lawn's at,
Right.
and bring in lime if we have to. We also look at, people have a variety of other service providers that maybe we're using before, or maybe just because of how the plant's growing, the potassium falls off.
Yeah.
And a lot of people think of fertilizer as nitrogen, urea, but there's also phosphorus, potassium, or in lawns that are a little bit more yellow, maybe they need more iron, manganese, and with the soil sample we can look at that and see what sort of fertilizer we need to add instead. Kind of customize, tailor.
Right. So fun fact, I think you're a chemical engineer, was it?
That is correct.
By trade, so...
Both my wife and I are chemical
Okay.
engineers, and that's actually what why I started wanting to do lawn spraying, fertilizing, was more, it's got a chemical nature to it,
Yeah.
background to it. There's some math there. Irrigation also is very similar to chemical engineering, where you're
Yeah.
pumping fluids around. So yeah.
But that's it's interesting. I think all the other lawn companies I've ever had in the past, I mean, they were just, I think they're putting the same stuff on my lawn as they were putting on my neighbor's lawn. And like you just pointed out, that's probably not going to fix the problem if you have one.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So for a lot of our customers, if we didn't put down lime, they may never actually see a difference.
Yeah.
Or if someone's potassium levels are really low, their lawn might actually die off in the summertime. Get
When it starts
stressed
getting
out.
hot, yeah.
And we have different grass types that we service. We have cool season lawns, fescue, and rye, and then we have Bermuda and zoysia, warm season grasses, and each grass actually needs a slightly different program.
And I'm laughing because it's funny because I originally lived in North Carolina when I moved to the South, and I had fescue. I had fescue there, and then I moved here with Bermuda grass. I'm like, what do I do with this stuff? It's brown all winter. Am I supposed to do something? And so having somebody that has knowledge like yourself, I mean, everyone wants that green lawn, right? I mean,
Right. And a lot of people don't realize that even though Bermuda goes brown in the wintertime, we still have a treatment program that's nearly year-round, because we want to prevent weeds coming up.
Yeah, they pop up a lot in the
and
wintertime.
They pop up hard in the wintertime. And we have a lot of customers that think, just because my lawn's brown, I don't need to do anything to it. I shouldn't really be spending money on my lawn. And in the spring and winter, a lot of times they'll end up having more problems with
You end up
weeds.
paying for it by not taking care of it
Yes.
over the winter.
Yeah.
And then I think there's some truth to when it's getting ready to come out of dormancy, you want to cut it to kind of wake it up.
Yes, yeah. So the point behind that is actually soil temperature. So a lot of people don't realize that by leaving the lawn really long and leaving a lot of thatch in the lawn, the soil won't warm up fast enough. So Bermuda becomes active, and that's why a lot of people scalp the lawn, is to try to get the soil to warm up from the sun faster.
Interesting.
And that's really what makes the Bermuda come up
That's
faster.
interesting.
We've had a lot of people this year. It's been probably 5 or 10 degrees cooler than it was last year for the same time. And so a lot of our Bermuda lawns, compared to last year, are still a little brown, not as green as they were. We've had a lot of customers asking us, like, hey, my lawn doesn't look as green as
Yeah,
you
I mean,
guys were.
mine's doing the same thing right now.
And so,
Yeah.
it's all soil temperature related, because warm season grass likes it being above 75 degrees in the soil. So if it's 50 at night, we never really come
Not
out of
getting
that.
there. Yeah. So something that I noticed that really sets you guys apart too is your communication is amazing. I mean, you've got an invoicing system that sends out invoices. It sends out payment reminders if there's a payment due. You send a text the days that you're coming to service the lawn, which most of the time is helpful because my kids have their toys all over the lawn. We try to get ahead of that because in the past, you might get delayed a day or two, and I wouldn't know, like from other experiences. The guy would get delayed a day or two, and I wouldn't know when he was coming or whatnot. And even one day, your mower broke down, I know.
Right.
And somebody from your team called and said, hey, Alex and the team are going to be late. They're going to probably have to come tomorrow now because the mower broke down today. We'll keep you posted. I mean, communication is so important, especially nowadays. So I definitely appreciate that.
No. Thank you very much, Brian. And yeah, for most of our customers, that's what a lot of people have complimented us on. And it actually sometimes hurts us when people are expecting us to communicate really well and for some reason we don't talk
Something
to them
misses,
that day,
yeah.
we miss. But we've invested in a fairly high quality business software. Jobber is what we use to schedule all our work. It allows two-way texting, so
Yeah.
all of our technicians can see the history of the conversation with the customer. They can see that we've sent the event reminder. They can time out how long it will take to get to the customer and can tell them, hey, we'll be there in 10 minutes.
Yeah, I get that. I get we're coming between 1 and 3 today,
Right.
the night before. So I mean, it's
Yeah,
super
and
amazing.
we try to over communicate as much as possible, and we've had a lot of people compliment us on the fact that like they know when we're coming, they know when to expect us,
Yeah.
that we're also very punctual, that if we
Yep.
say that we're coming, unless there's rain, wind, weather,
Yeah.
things outside
Yeah.
our control, things that break, we try to be very punctual, on schedule all the time.
Well, I definitely appreciate that, and I'm
Yeah.
sure a lot of people would be welcome to that compared to some of the other options. And you're holding one of your signs. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so we have several different pieces of marketing material, and a lot of people look at these signs and they see them in our yard. And any company that fertilizes or sprays, actually by law,
You're supposed to put that out.
has to put out a sign. And a lot of people don't realize that. They think we're essentially showing off for
You're
a company.
advertising.
And part of
Yeah.
it is that, obviously,
Yeah,
we wouldn't
sure,
want
of
to
course.
lose advertising
I mean,
space.
you have a golden opportunity, of course, right? Why would you not take? But that's not the purpose of
But
it.
the
is what you're saying, yeah.
the purpose of the sign in any state, especially North and South Carolina, if you're a commercial applicator and you apply some chemical to a lawn, you're supposed to put out a sign that mainly is all about the bottom of the sign. And it's to notify people walking by with their pets or children. You, as a father, have children that
Right.
might play in the lawn. And so by law, we're actually supposed to put out a sign if we put out herbicide or fertilizer and notify you that we were here,
Right.
what day we were here, and a little bit about the applications that we
Okay.
did. And so
Very interesting.
for any home, a lot of people are like, why do they keep putting signs? I hate throwing these things out. And really it's to let you know that we were A, there at your house, and B, let anyone on the street or the sidewalk walking by know that
Hey, if this is wet, don't walk on it. Yeah.
something was on there. If it's wet, don't walk on it. And excellent point, Brian.
Well, Alex, really appreciate your time.
Sure, thank
Appreciate you and your business supporting the local neighborhood. How can people find you?
So people can find us a variety of different ways. We get most of our business leads off of Google, actually,
Okay.
and we have a My Business profile on Google. Then on the web, you can find us at www.guardians.green, like the
I like
color.
that. Yeah.
And or we have a phone line that people can reach out to. We have a gentleman that is manning the phone line from 10 a.m. till 7 p.m. every day.
That's great. I mean, because
Monday
it's not
through
Alex
Friday.
answering the phone while he's on the mower, right?
Yeah, sometimes it's not Alex.
Yeah.
And so that's 803-200-2233. And then we're also on Facebook. And I believe we also have a Nextdoor account.
Okay.
And so those are our main methods. We're not on Twitter right now. Someday maybe soon we'll be able to tweet about your lawn care, but right now we're not on Twitter or a couple other social media sites.
Well, really appreciate your time.
Yes, thank you, Brian.
Thank you for everything, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yeah.